What's going on, everybody? I'm Max Ralph, joined again today by Seth Engle and this week's guest, Steven Gonzalez. Steven was a 3-year starter at Penn State. He was an offensive lineman, was a second team All Big Ten selection as a senior. Steven, thanks for hopping on with us. Appreciate your time.
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, so I guess to start with some of the more recent stuff that happened, you were signed up to be a USFL, to be draft eligible and everything, and then you didn't get picked. And can you just kind of detail what that process was like for you?
It was kind of a long, very unknown process, because they just were giving out information kind of as they were figuring it out. So it was kind of tough, but just they kept updating me with certain things when the draft was, background checks, all those kind of little things, little nuances you have to do before a draft. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, I only heard from like one team. I think it was like Philly. I know they had messaged me, and then after that, really, I mean, like I said, I didn't hear from any team. But a lot of the teams didn't even have offensive line coaches, didn't have full staffs. So I think it's kind of a little bit of combination of both. But yeah, then I just didn't end up getting picked, and unfortunate, but there's still plenty of opportunities. Still supplemental draft. They still have. I think I just saw yesterday they announced they're having tryouts. XFL is coming back, so I still have opportunities, and my faith hasn't wavered.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, there are more opportunities to be had in the future. Can you compare kind of the process of going through the USFL and not being selected, and then also going through the NFL draft and not being selected there? I know there were also some different circumstances with COVID and all, if you kind of just want to share that experience.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Trust me, don't get me wrong. When you kind of I wouldn't want to say expect, just because you never expect anything. Nothing's expected. Nothing's really kind of forced or foretold or anything like that. But I kind of had at least in England, especially in the USFL, but even in the NFL, I thought maybe I would at least get selected. Late round in the NFL, USFL. I thought I'd be one of the guys that was picked. So that's tough on the mental psyche. It takes a lot of mental toughness, a lot of just trying to fight through that, trying to get the best positive attitude, I'd say, about the situation, especially if it's the situation doesn't work out the way you want it to. But I have a good support staff behind me, my family, friends, my former coaches in high school, Penn State coaches. They're all very supportive. They all shoot me texts. So it's always good to see people have my back and support me whenever they can. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough to not get picked, especially in 2 drafts. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah, what was your NFL experience like? Because obviously COVID kind of changed the combine and everything. So yeah, I mean, that was like it hit while you were gearing up for the draft too. What was that chain of events?
I was one of the unfortunate draft classes. I had to be the one with COVID. Yeah, so that really wasn't fun. I mean, it was normal at first, especially like leading up to the draft, leading up the preparation and all that. It was normal at first. Once March hit and it was like time for literally like I'd say 3-4 days before pro day, we got the call like it's canceled. The whole world just shut down.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is my one opportunity. This was my opportunity because unfortunately at the Shrine Bowl game, which was my senior game or my senior bowl game, I got hurt in one of the practices, so I wasn't able to participate in that. So that kind of derailed me from getting scouted. Kind of like didn't help. And if I had done well in that Shrine game, I would have actually gotten an invite to the combine. So that kind of just set a domino effect of just bad things kind of happening. And then obviously the pro day, COVID, that kind of was just the nail in the coffin. But other than that, my NFL experience, to be honest, it was short. I'm not gonna lie, it was short. But I made a lot of good friends, a lot of good connections. I learned a lot of things that I didn't even know as a player, off the field. Just picking up new things from the vets. but and both teams, the Cardinals and the Bills, both teams accepted me in right away. I never felt like I was left out or anything like that. The offensive line, took me in. We all were very cool. So, I got to learn a lot, and I took a lot from those experiences, and I think it helped me grow as a man, to be honest.
Is the NFL still on your radar? I mean, obviously you've had those two shots, and USFL didn't work out yet. But I know you went to Twitter, and you've still got that chip on your shoulder. But is the NFL still your goal, or where are you at with that?
The NFL is obviously it's the end goal. NFL is always going to be the end goal. Right now, though, I have to take the necessary kind of baby steps to get there. So if that means spending a couple of years in the USFL, or ending up in CFL, because I have a CFL tryout coming up soon as well. So ending up there, or in the XFL next year, end up there and I play well for like a couple of years, and hopefully an NFL team calls me up. But honestly, that's always going to be the end goal at the end of the day. At the end of the day, everyone wants to play in the NFL. Everyone wants to be part of the best, trying to be winning a Super Bowl and just accomplishing many great things that you do in the NFL. But to be honest, I've been through a lot these past couple of years. So to be honest, I just want to play football. I just want to get on the field, prove to people that, listen, I'm not a scrub. Like, I'm not a scrub. I can hold my own against, NFL competition. I can hold my own against all the guys that they have on their roster. So, I feel like I can hold my own personally. And, I want to be able to get that fair shot to prove myself to someone, which I feel like I've gotten a couple times, yes, but it like I said, it's still, it still wasn't really, a great opportunity. Like in the Cardinals, I mean, we had no preseason games. You can't prove yourself as a rookie. In the Bills, we had too many vets, very hard to prove. I got a lot of reps though. I'm not going to lie. I did get a lot of reps with the 2s and 3s. I definitely got a lot of reps, but it's like I said, it's very hard to kind of prove yourself, especially with teams that have so many vets and with COVID going on. It was just a lot of things, but like I said, I'm just grateful to have been able to experience that, to be around those guys and to kind of, like I said, just mature as a person, grow as a person. But yeah, no, I do hope to be in the NFL one day, but I got to take those little baby steps first before I, try to even think about that.
Yeah, so you talked about those baby steps, and you mentioned the CFL. Are you able to disclose what team you're trying out for?
Yeah, I mean, so it would be the Calgary Stampeders. That would be the team that I'm trying out for. I think the workout is somewhere around the beginning of April, something like that. So, I'm hoping for the best. I'm going to make sure I'm prepared. I mean, I feel ready. I feel ready to go right now. So, I'm just going to make sure I'm extra prepared, extra, ready to go for whenever that workout comes.
Yeah, and they have Tommy Stevens on that team. So
Yeah.
I was wondering, are you guys gonna meet up or something when you're up north?
So the workout is actually in the United States. They're actually doing it in Miami. So I'll be down there. So I actually won't be able to see him. But no, I did see he signed with the team, and I thought that was very cool. So, I'm hoping he puts in a good word for me.
Have you talked with like former Penn Stater Geno Lewis has kind of made a career out of the CFL? I don't know if you've been able to talk with him at all or with Tommy and just kind of like see what their thoughts are on making a career out of the CFL.
Yeah, I haven't talked to them. I mean, I've seen Geno has carved out a hell of a career in the CFL so far. And I'm sure Tommy will do the same too. But I actually had a good friend growing up. He played at the Florida State National Championship team that won with Jameis Winston. He was starting left guard. His name was Josue Matias. He actually played in the CFL a couple of years ago. I'd say maybe 3-4 years ago. But he was playing, I forgot what team it was, but he was like, I think in his first year went to the Grey Cup and everything. So, which is pretty much the CFL Super Bowl. But yeah, he was just kind of explaining how the CFL works, especially because he's an offensive lineman. So, it's easier to kind of for him to tell me, hey, like they probably going to want you to play at tackle. That's just how Canada is. And all the certain rules, all the certain things that, go with being in the CFL. So I definitely got good insight, but definitely I probably will reach out to Geno and probably will reach out to Tommy and see what they say too.
Gotcha. Yeah. How hard is it? I mean, obviously, like you said, your end goal is to be on the football field, but it's been a while since you've done that. How hard is it to keep your body in top shape to be able to step on the field whenever you get that chance?
It's been tough just because, like I said, it's repetitive and it's very mentally tasking. You got to do not the same workout every day, but you got to get up, you got to work out, you got to make sure you're eating right, you got to make sure you're stretching every day, you're doing your routines. You know, you can't change your routines really, and you know that's pretty tough, especially knowing that you're not on a team, knowing that you're still waiting for an opportunity. But I think that for me, that provides that little bit of more, you know, like I said, like you said, chip on the shoulder, hunger, gives me a little bit more motivation to, you know, work harder and, you know, so I can eventually end up on a team. So I think, you know, like I said, it's tough. Don't get me wrong, it is tough, but you know, my motivation at the end of the day is to end up on a team. So, you know, whatever I got to do to get there, I got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've struggled with self-motivating myself for like writing articles. So
I have my days, trust me. So I understand. I have my days where I'm like, shit, bro, I don't want to do nothing today.
yeah,
Trust me, I get it. It's tough. It's very, very tough.
How does that compare to when you were at Penn State? I'm sure there was a pretty structured schedule there.
Yeah, no, there's no comparison. It's very, very structured at Penn State. Same with the NFL. Everything's just very structured. You know, you're busy from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. So, you know, there's a lot of structure. Now, as like a pro, you know, you kind of have your day. I mean, when I was speaking from my experience when I was with the Bills and Cardinals, you know, you have your practices, you have your lifts, you have your workouts, and then after that, you just kind of got to, you know, do what's best for you. Whether that's studying film or working on little things or stretching or, you know, eating right. So, you know, it's all, you got to take into account all the little things matter pretty much. You know, all the little things you got to do, you know, like I said, for your body, for your mind, everything.
So dating back a little bit on the basis of Penn State, you know, you were a part of, you know, pretty loaded O-line there and pretty loaded team overall. How was that? You know, how was it to be around just a bunch of guys that you know could, you know, always potentially pick you up every single day?
Yeah, it was a blessing, man. It was a blessing. I made many good friends, many good memories. You know, I really have no regrets from college. You know, I made sure I enjoyed it, and you know, I lived it to the fullest, and I enjoyed every moment. Made special connections up there. You know, still have, you know, many friends that I talk to: Bates, Connor, Charlie Schumann's one of them. Will Fries, like many, you know, good name guys. That, you know, all good people that I met up there, and I mean, it was crazy, man. You play in Beaver Stadium in front of 107,000 or 110,000 people. That's dope, man. Not a lot of people get to see that. You know, and like I said, I played in the preseason game. I played, you know, with the Bills against the Lions, and it's not the same. It's not the same at all. You know, that the difference from I mean, like I said, it's a preseason game, so it's probably a little different, but still, it just the college experience is just completely insane, and it's awesome, man. I like I said, I was very blessed to be in Happy Valley for 5 years, and you know, especially to be, you know, an important player, a starter for almost 3.5 years. So, you know, I'm very appreciative and very grateful to Coach Franklin and the staff for, you know, bringing me a part of them, and, you know, allowing me to be a part of the team.
You mentioned Ryan Bates. He kind of carved out a role for himself with the Bills. Did you talk with him while you were there, and what's it like seeing him get that success?
Oh yeah, I'm so happy for him, so proud of him. You know, we were roommates our freshman year of college, so you know, we've always, you know, just been close together growing up, and I'm so happy for him. He's carved out a really huge role in the Bills. A lot of people don't know it, but he's literally their Swiss Army knife. He does everything on that offensive line. There's times where he even lines up at tight end and he catches passes. So, you know, he literally does everything on that offensive line. So, you know, for him to see him, you know, grow into that role and to, you know, expand his mind, you know, to memorize each 5 positions plus on top of playing extra positions and plus playing, you know, special teams, field goal, things like that. I mean, I'm very proud of him. I'm so happy for him. And, you know, I wish him nothing but the best.
And he catches passes. That was my dream, playing offensive line in high school.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping I'd see him catch a pass this year, but they didn't throw it to him. I was kind of disappointed in that. But no, there was a lot of times in practice where he would go out for routes. And, I mean, it looked a little unathletic at times, not going to lie. Not gonna lie, but he would hustle. He would hustle, and like I said, he's a very, very hard worker, and like the Bills love him, like they love him over there. So that's a very important thing.
And on the basis of college now, something a lot of people have been talking about recently is NIL, which unfortunately, wasn't a thing when you were there, and
I missed out.
very, very quickly is becoming that. How do you think that would have changed, your career, at least early on when you were a college kid?
I think it could have weighed into my decision making, I guess, but I was honestly set on Penn State the minute, not the minute I stepped on campus, because I did visit my sophomore year and I wasn't, as interested. But, once Coach Franklin brought me in and made me kind of look at it again, and, I really was very interested in Penn State from the minute I got there. And, I thought it was just an amazing place. But NIL definitely changes the aspect of recruiting, changes all that, because you can just offer players what was the Texas offensive line? They're getting like 100K or 50K or something like that for every guy that signs.
Yeah, and like Grambling's given an annual income to its players. It's insane.
Grambling State?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
No, like I said, it's really changed the landscape of college football, and I wish it was around when I was around. I'm so upset. But I'm happy for the guys. I'm happy for all the new guys that are able to kind of reap those benefits and enjoy that. But like I said, I wish we had that. That would have changed a lot. I would have had a lot of extra money in my pocket, which would have been nice.
So Sean's got to deal with McClanahan's at the field and everything. So what would have been your number one state college business to partner up with?
I think that field deal would have been pretty sweet. I saw he was taking a lineman there after every game or something like that. That would have been pretty sweet. I would have liked that. All the food places, to be honest. Knowing me as a lineman, I mean, come on, that's easy money right there.
It's easy.
Free food, free, whatever else they want to give me, that's easy. I probably would have done most of the food places. Probably the field though, for sure.
Yeah.
The field though, for sure.
Yeah. I was there this weekend, and it's a solid eat.
I'm jealous. I haven't been there in a minute, and I heard they're putting a Raising Cane's, which is a game changer.
Right across the street. That is
right across the street from where?
From my dorm. Like that is applause for State College on that one.
Applause for State College. Damn, did it way too late again. Way too late. NIL deals and Raising Cane's came way too late.
Oh yeah. I'm guessing somebody's gonna be on top of that one as soon as it opens.
Y'all, yeah. I might even drive up.
Well, Steven, I think that's all we got for you. But this was great. Really awesome to just hear about your experiences with trying to get in the NFL and everything. And it was great having you on. Appreciate your time. And yeah, that's it for us.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all both having me on, asking me questions, bringing me here. And, I really, really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Continue to follow along with us on collegian.psu.edu and on Twitter at PSU Footblog. Peace.